Hey everybody, welcome. We got the ready check coming in shortly for our title defense of the Sweatsuit Invitational. I believe this is another... it occurs to me I'm not sure what the... Oh, it looks like a Chaos draft. As I look at... Hey, what do you know? It's a 17-set Chaos draft, which I believe is the format in which I won my other Invitational. I've won 2 Sweatsuit Invitationals. Last week's Innistrad, and then a while ago, a Chaos draft. So maybe this is my format. Maybe we'll do it again. We'll see. A tall order to back this thing with 32 competitors. But I'm ready to try. I hope you're ready to try. If you're ready to up your tabletop game, though, you're going to check my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They got everything you need for your tabletop Magic experience. Whether it's supplies, singles, or sealed product, they got you taken care of there. Just use my various affiliate links in chat, in the panels, in the YouTube notes, and that lets them know you got there from here. Helps keep me on the air, and it really does work. Actually, need to, I'm sure I'm going to be following up with Card Kingdom soon. I haven't chatted with Kevin in a while. He's been on family leave. Congrats, Kevin. All right, Chaos, and we're opening on... Look, it's our old friend... Draft paused. Is our old friend Forgotten Realms. Well, and it looks to be kind of a garbagey Forgotten Realms pack, if we're honest. I mean, Shambling Ghast and Barbarian are fine if you know... I guess we can take Horde Robber. That's probably going to be fine and a good play in any format where we have a lot of swamps in our deck. This feels excessive. So I think it's Horde Robber. Null Hunter, if you just, like, one of the things you can do in Chaos is just cabs it up to the extreme. Just really try to make a curve out creature deck. But I think, especially with sometimes you needing to splash in these types of format, we're going to take the Horde Robber over a gold card, an extra gold card, or this Monk, which feels like, yeah, it could be something, but this feels a better place to start to me. Displacer Beast is going to be the slowest dungeon crawl of all time in a Chaos draft. Good to have you here. Thanks for hanging. Procrastinating my work on my taxes, but I'll get back to it after this, no matter when after this is. Whether it's in an hour or 4. I don't know about best color for Chaos draft, but I do like green in that it often has fixing so that you can do a little more gold work. You know, 3 color in Splash. That's what I'm trying to say. Splash is the word, Ryan. Anthem seems fine. Maybe Wheel of Village Rites. Often people don't care about this card, but if you're playing black, it's really nice to slot in for a single black mana. I'm in for that. Let's see where this goes. And Monk Might Wheel, I don't know how much the table values that card. It wasn't a high pick in its original format, and it only goes in some decks. You're not going to play that if you don't feel like you're low down and double spelling a lot, right? And some decks look in, oh, we're just kind of curving out. We're not really double spelling. Sure, sometimes turn 5, a 2, and a 3 or whatever. White black is where we started. Now we get past perfectly fine removal spell. Bait hook angler calls my name a little bit too. But ambush is the clear pick. Yep. Probably -2 most of the time. But having that kind of interaction on turn 2 is stone cold removal, and having that kind of interaction on turn 7 is often combat winning. And this isn't going to be the only... I mean, there's 17 sets, so 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. 7 sets will have 2, and 17 sets will have... and then 10 sets will have 1. So if this is one of the double sets, maybe something else could turn it, the night-day cycle going. Well, Winden is a little excessive. I think we probably just want the Silver Flame Squire as a perfectly fine and actually castable card. This is the type of thing that could even wheel. We can take heavy white in hopes that maybe there's a chance of it, but I don't even want like leaning into a heavy white deck in hopes that we even get and play this isn't as good as like supporting a Horde Robber. I don't think so. We'll take the Squire though. Tempting Witch could be considered tempting, but I like this doesn't have the food synergy to add extra food to do that thing. This is going to be a much better Chaos Draft card. Good no matter what. Legion's End. Don't we like this? What else is going on here? Eternal Isolation. Power 4 greater on the bottom of its owner's library. The 4 greater stuff sometimes just doesn't find it, but Isolation, I mean, that for 2 mana, it's not bad. Legion's End. Exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 2 or less, and all other creatures that player controls with the same name. Then that player... so CMC 2 or less. So it's really just getting a very narrow stripe of your opponent's deck. Daybreak Chaplain is more of a main deckable card, but it's not that great. But lifelink with Anthem could be a thing. I think I'm going to take the Chaplain. Yeah, it's true. It's not like I get the choice of all the charges. Maybe I should take charges when I can. In fact, when I won this last time, it was based on a go wide, take all the charges we can find type deck. So there is that. Sworn Companions, though, is good go wide. We'll go ahead and do that. Strands, though, yeah, maybe Strands is the extra cost is real though for us right now. We don't have necessarily a bunch of spares yet, so I'm going to take Sworn Companions since it goes so well with the Anthem. Even though I do want some interaction, this is just not quite the interaction I'm looking for yet, I don't think. And it's true, charge could wheel. And maybe if no more black flows and the white does flow and the queen comes back, we could mono white it. But again, I'm not going to count on that at this point. In fact, I think we take a Jeskai Elder. What's this though? 5 mana 4/3 lifelink. We do have another. These are lifelinkers. Chaplain's lifelinker. We might get into some sort of life gain synergy. Tranquil Cove. For the possible splash, sure, but if we're gonna take the possible splash, that's where I'd rather just have like the Elder that does it. But yeah, this is maybe not very splashable, so Cove is still fine. I like that. A lot of life gain still coming around here, but Skullduggery, we know this card. This is a sneaky good card that I'm happy to pick up here. We're in a place I like to be, which is kind of low down aggro. Low down, tussle with it aggro. It's one of the better ways to handle chaos. Get them dead before they sort their crap out. It's like Subtle Strike, but for 1 mana. Doesn't leave a counter, that's why it's cheaper. Might play this if we had to. Not surprised to see the gold card sticking around. Could also just take the Mace. I think if we're going to play a generic playable in a low-down creature deck, the Mace can give us some late-game oomph, and maybe if we've petered out, put it on our biggest thing, and then suddenly we have a chance to attack again. So I'm going to take the Mace over the Super Clunk removal. And yeah, we're hoping to not play 6-drops with the way this deck is moving. And the Village Rites did come back. We could take the Vessel on spec, but the Village Rites is just too solidly playable, especially with things like the Sworn Companions. This is cute. Watch us now. I mean, because we're in even good colors for it, ostensibly, but we're going to take the Rites as the safer pick, but we could absolutely find cards down the road that made us wish we had that. But I say it's like cards. It's like multiple. I'm not going to be happy just because you have one thing that works with it or whatever. Ritual Guardian over the clunky 5? I think so. We just want a low curve here. Chaos means that we are, instead of drafting one set or even a WotC tested format, we're drafting 24 total packs in the draft, 17 different sets. Yeah, easy night. Obviously not sexy, but the deck is... We got 11 picks. We got 11 playables out of the first pack. That's great. Whispering Snitch, not really a 12th playable. I didn't even really like this in the Dimir Surveil deck. I don't think we're going to be playing it as a 1/3. But if desperate, we could. Heliod, we got a nice... look at this, Rise to Glory. Can we just wheel that? Can we just wheel that and take Commanding Presence or Heliod's Intervention? Although Heliod's Intervention, not really even tempting here over the Commanding Presence. It's really about Commanding versus Rise. So, and also let's see what else is here. Maybe there's another competitor, some clean removal or something. Nah, not really. So I'm going to risk it for Biscuit, and I actually kind of would... I think the Presence is better for this deck than the Rise anyway. And if it doesn't wheel, okay. If it does, hey, sweet. Fist bump. Right. That's the Rise to Glory. I knew we were going to... You knew it, right? You just knew it. You just knew it. Killian! Can I have this pack? Look at this pack for us. Oh my God, seriously. Sometimes you say, can I have this pack? And you don't really mean it. Although I guess Study Break and Hunt aren't that great if we don't, like, what's our lesson? We have an Introduction to Prophecy and that's it. But we're going to happily take Killian here. And, well, I mean, Blood Mage. Wow, what a pack. Can't wait to see what we get on the wheel. But Commanding Presence on Killian. Yeah, looting's still pretty good, but, you know. Look at this pack. Oh, my goodness. Clean living. Find the black-white lane. Get past Killian in pack 2. Pilgrim on the wheel, I'll take it. I mean, there's so many things on there. I doubt Pilgrim would wheel, but I would take it, of course. Well, from excitement to kind of garbo, we could take a Devoted Paladin. I bet it wheels, but the Torch... you got all this, everything else is Paladin at least is kind of what we're doing. Could be a one... We don't want many 5s either here, I don't think. But... yeah, I think like a Torch or the Mace would be a hedge towards games that go long and giving us a way to get through. But actually, without a bunch of flyers, I would, in that role, if we decide that job is needed, the Mace is more important than the Torch here, I think. And Paladin, yeah, Paladin is enough on plan that we can go with that. Maybe nobody likes the Half-Elf Monk. It might come back around, and I wouldn't mind one of those in here. You take the interaction you can get. And creature-based interaction in a deck with Paladin, Commanding Presence, and Glorious Anthem is all fine. This pack is not super fine. I guess Grim Draugr, but then again, I mean, it's like, this can seem really awful or whatever, but it's no worse than this Knight of the Keep, really, you know? Disco Dragon wants the Ox. What does the Ox get us? I'd rather have a longboat. This might be actually a longboat deck. Might be an Infernal Pet deck. This never really did much, but we're pretty low to the ground. And I bet the longboat might even wheel. I doubt people want too much to do with that. So let's take the pet. It was never great in its format, but this might be a different sitch with a different scenario of cards. Diregraph Horde should be good in the Pump Your Squad deck as well. Flare, Sanctifier, or No Way Out. If we got any of those on the wheel, that'd be cool. Take that, but happy to get a Horde here. This deck is really shaping up nicely. I mean, we're only this way, you know, we're not even halfway through, but I'm hopeful. This looks like a good one. Like we found a good lane. Yeah, Village Rights fodder. Good call on that. Harold. We're going to put that on hold and then reacquaint ourselves. There's also the Iron Bully, but choose up to 4 target cards in your graveyard. If you control... Yeah, that's not going to... otherwise, your opponent chooses 2. So you get 2 of the best 4 cards... The 3rd and 4th best cards in your graveyard. Yeah, that doesn't seem very good, does it? Neither does Herald here, though. Yeah, I think Defiant Strike is fine with what we're up to. Iron Bully, again, also... doesn't suck in this world of pumping team. But I think this strike is interesting enough to take over the Bully. Laptop Reaver. Gotta love that. Can we do the Citadel is cute, but it's not really where we're at, especially when we can take a Reaver, which is exactly where we're at. Battlefield Promotion also solid, but we're taking the Reaver. Yeah, promotion is a good trick. Yep. I do call it solid. Do you think we need the interaction? I think Reaver's too much on plan. Reaver's too on plan. But yeah, that's a good one. Does a lot of stuff. Little glue card. Hello! Can I get the Occultist too? Wow, this is like we're drafting some sort of intended format. This is exactly how we intended the 17 set format to be drafted. Dang, this is looking sweet. I am digging it. Who's looking sweet-ish. Sweet-ish. Is this going to even be that good? Let's see. We're all like, yeah, because it's all, you know, it's our color pair. But is it even better than a Temple Thief or a Dawn Evangel? I mean, do we have, or like, I'm all excited because it's like our colors, but, oh, we do have Commanding Presence. This is best of 3, so the intervention can matter. But I think I'm going to take the Rise, even though, as I get honest about it, it's not amazing. And I'm sad that this is all we've got left out of our Sicko Pack 2. I'm going to take a Study Break over a Lumimancer. Lumimancer, even with what we're doing. Yeah. The Lumimancer might be, and also we're actually kind of low on creatures, but we do have a pack to go, so I'm not too worried about that. I think Study Break is what we want to do, and then like that's what we play instead of things like a +2 mace, you know. Clattering Skeletons, we hope not to play. I'm going to cut it, and we can bring it in if we're desperate, but right now, not playing that. Right now, this is our deck, but 20 solid cards heading into Pack 3 is outstanding for a Chaos draft. Grim Draugr, right now, we keep it in as we want to upgrade it. But right now, again, no worse really than a Knight of the Keep. This is a Knight, if that matters. This is a Zombie, if that matters. I mean, we're interested in curving out, so if we can't upgrade, great. But I like a Flare of Faith. We're not up on removal as much as I'd like, so some interaction like that is a nice alternative to nice, clean removal. Flare for Killian, yeah, no kidding. 1 mana save Killian. Oh, this is a fun one. It's Dominaria. Do we want the Deathbloom Thallid or the Omnivore or the Courser? Courser also interesting. We don't have much at 4, and the threat of activation on the Omnivore is super real. Omnivore likes Thallids, sure, but it just likes some spare stuff. It like when it says, "Look, I can be a 7/7." I'll be a 7/7 if you block me, and if you don't, you take 3. What do you want to do? And with the ability to make some serious spares, I really like the Omnivore. And we'll see what we wheel. What up, Haj? Really sad to give up the Courser, really. I would take Courser as my next pick. And maybe I was just supposed to take it even over the other one. Here's our current format. There's some reasonable stuff here, like Outrider. Again, not super deep at 4, so slotting in 4 drops with a nice, powerful effect like Outrider is fine. We're also doing some self-sacrifice, so Outrider can get some triggers through what we're trying to do anyway. Survivor is okay, but I like the Outrider better, and if this wheel's great. Cathars would be maybe even a better wheel. And yeah, this is a place where I wouldn't mind this trick. We're expecting things to die a lot, and both a flying token gets better in the format because we can do things like put Commanding Presence on it. We can pump it with Paladin. We can pump it with, where's our Glorious Anthem. So definitely like that trick in this deck more than a lot of decks. This is not particularly playable here. What's Captain's Hook? +2/+0 Menace, and as a pirate. That's on 3, equip 1. Becoming unattached destroys it, but it might be fine to equip stuff up. What else have we got? I'm going to reserve that. I guess we could take a 4-drop 3/1 flyer. We don't really have any dinos, of course. So really it is Revenant or Hook. And yeah, this can do stuff. Like if they're not prepared for dealing with a flyer, sometimes the 3/1 can just get there, but it's kind of a similar job as this, right? It's evasion. So let's take the Captain's Hook. Maybe that plays. Show of Confidence. I'm confident is good for our deck, but what else have we got? We also have Essence Infusion, which is a little bit all in, but totally viable for what we're up to. But I think we just, and Pillar Drop Rescuer also fine at 5, but we have some decent 5s. So let's just get a finisher in the show. We missed our +2/+1 effect from the other pack. I'm going to take this one. I think this is worth it. We're going wide, so. Oh, this doesn't quite go wide as I was thinking. This isn't, maybe I should read my cards, but yeah, I don't know if this is the best one. Yeah, sorry. I read it now. This is a format I thought I knew, so I was like, oh, I know what that one does. Do we take it anyway, or do we just take it in an Essence Infusion? Or yeah, Rescuer. Maybe Rescuer is where it's at. I kind of don't want to get too heavy on the 5s, but an evasive creature that gets back a Killian does not suck. Neither does an Interloper, just getting the aggro on. Sanctifier at 3 is a little shallower of a drop, but I think this is what we want to be doing as much as, you know, aggro sacrifice. I'm in. Let's do it. Interloper is in. Note the Dawnheart Prime. Got to remember we're playing in pod. A lot of the bombs going around that I'm not really taking proper note of. And yeah, that would be a great Catilda deck, but we don't have anything to help splash it. I don't think this does what we are hoping for. Angel gaining 4 life. But yeah, Inquisitor's good enough. More at the 2 slot. Could do worse. I mean, you get a Barony Vampire, but again, it just doesn't, it's so vanilla, I can't do it. Rather have an Inquisitor. I missed Auk. Did we miss it, or... I mean, I guess we missed it. I guess the question is, are we unhappy about missing that? Man, I'm so hot. It must mean that I failed to turn off the Furnace Dragon. Probably fire up at some point. Ruined Crown. Well, Berserker will sometimes die as a 3-power creature with Paladin and our Pumper. Yeah, Anthem works there. Take it over that. Oh, we got cuts. That's good. Squire becomes really a 3-drop here. Boy, this thing underwhelmed. Divine Verdict is extra clunk, but at least it's removal. And it really does, you know, it just gets it. So we'll take it over that Vamp. I gotta figure out how to look at the open deck list. It might actually help me repeat as champion to look at what's in my opponent's decks. I'm just thinking about that because Verdict is a lot worse in a format with open deck lists, and Oppos know I might have it in. Lance as more playable aggro equip, or Knight. We're doing pretty good on true drop critters. So I think I'd taken the Lance, even though we can't really play all of these equips. I don't know what's gonna truly stay, but I like it for us wanting to turn sideways. Okay, so here's the trick back. Yeah, that's right. I was trying to, I knew that we had some equipment. I just couldn't see it, but I already cut it. That's why it's already gone. Cathars or Trick? It goes wide, but we could use some more interaction. That's my feeling. That's where I'm at. But I'll take the Cathars. Cathars goes wide. It's kind of what we're doing. By Defiance, you would have been fine here. Never playing the Conquistador when we're trying to cut 3/2s for 3. Never playing the Monitor, though. Squad comes back, but we never really liked it. Wouldn't be too bad out of the board. But Mark is a reasonable follow. I don't think we're playing any of that. I don't think it matters. I don't want to give a Corpse Cobble to a blue-black drafter, but Consider goes in any blue deck, so let's cut the thing that goes in more decks. Barony Vampire, another option. Should really play the Grim Draugr because it looks more intimidating. They're the same card. We have no tribal stuff that matters. This is 34 spells. 19 creatures here. Let's cut the stuff we really hate, the vanilla stuff. I'm going to cut the equipment until we figure out if that's what we want to be doing. I'm going to cut the interaction, like the combat tricks too. Draugr pumps off of snow, and we don't have any. We have zero snow. I think Rise might not be worth it, because unless we're getting the aura, we're getting less value than 5. And so I'm cutting the Rise. It's sad. It's sad to get on color gold cards and have it not be good enough, but it's not good enough. And I have stuff down here I kind of want to play, so I still want to find the cuts I don't want, but I love the Skullduggery as interaction. We're not cutting that. Village Right's too good with all the tokens floating around. And Chaplain is a medium creature. I'd rather have just 2 power stuff. Horde Robber does more than the Chaplain for us. I want that in. Reaver goes wide. Loper attacks. Duh, Killian. Study Break too good. Removal. Ritual Guardian is kind of one of our better 3s, sadly. We're keeping all of those. I think we're cutting the Daybreak. Oh, I want to bring some of this stuff in. I'm trying to just trim it down. Like, in fact, a cut of Presence is also, it's clunky removal. We don't necessarily have to run it. Yeah, Devoted Paladin. Maybe I'm clinging to it because we're go wide, but we are pretty go wide. Even with like Commanding Presence doing the thing. I really want to keep these 3. I would cut a Pillar Drop Rescuer, I think, but the Rescuer gets Killian and Paladin works on the go wide. Where does this leave us numerically? This is a 16 creature affair here. And we could just go with this. Flare and Captain's Hook are the big attractions. Like, can we find a way to bring these in for me? Yeah. We have this is really 17 in terms of creature count and stuff. But with the anthems, I want to be creature heavy. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think we want the hook. What was the other thing I brought in? Flare. I like Skullduggery better. We could do Village Rights. We could do Flare instead of Village Rights. -2 at instant speed, I think is good enough. It's not amazing, but I'm not cutting this. I mean, look at our interaction. I don't think it's Sidemore Ethereal. I think we accept that it's not amazing, but that it's going to get something, or it's going to help us win combat. If it was a sorcery, then absolutely I would cut it. But as an instant, it just does enough in combat that I want it. And Study Break just does a rummage. That's fair. Maybe I should just get rid of the Study Break then, if I want to keep this. And since Study Break didn't get anything to hook and flare. Well, this is 23. I was going to stop here, leave the flare out, and just go with this. See how it goes. Let's try it. I go affect my screen. Change windows, screens, no, applications, MTGA. There we go. we got audio. Lucksack. I think we've made the Lucksack joke before. Let's see. Apply styles. Craft all. Sure. And then better lands, please. All right. That looks good there. And a name, chaos, killing. We got to have a kill 'em joke. Hook and kill. All right, let's get the G-Guards info up for me anyway. And then I can get the challenge on. It is G-Guards, right? I'm trusting y'all. I haven't looked. I suppose I can look. Here's the darn brackets. I'll verify myself. You all are right. It's G-Guards. Huh, I'm not hearing audio. Maybe my earbuds are not functioning right. Anyway, I'll do it this way. Oops, not that. It's this. This is how we do it. Well, you see what an uphill battle I have, right? Let's see if I can figure it out. Maybe is it in the brackets? Full bracket. Predictions, announcements, log? Log? No. Oh, MTGA draft. Export logs. Oh, game logs? Draft session? Review? Oh, this is way too much work. I'm done. I tried for like a full 20 seconds. That was exhausting. Is G-Guards trying to play, or should I... Am I fine waiting? So let me check in on Garrett. Oh, that's not fair, Hat. You win. Everybody else gets an advantage. Okay. I'm going to quit and restart because that is the fastest way to get functioning. Is for both players to quit and restart. Let's try again on the screen share here. Discord land. Hooray, Garrett. Let me know he's logged in, and then I'll fire it off here. Hey, Happy. Happy late time zone to you. Right on. Greetings to you, Pablo. Hola, one might say. And we've hit all of my Spanish. All right, keep this. Death Knell Berserker trading up off of the Silver Flame would be cool. Horde Robber, though, on 2 is even cooler. It's even Pablo Number. The Pablo numbers need to get their S sorted out here. Since we have a fine play with Ritual Guardian, we're just going to play that, leave up our treasure, and then have lots of options next turn, especially if we find a land. Tognar! There's a land. We like that. I'm just going to hold up Ambush and Squire here, not play something like Commanding Presence. No need. And here, how do we want to do this? I guess let's Squire it so that we make use of this. And although I guess I'm just trying to max mana, and this maxes the mana. Yeah, this maxes the mana. I'm going to do that. Although we can do it this way and with... Oh, yeah, another reason is that we only have the 1 black. So with 1 black, we should do this. And I'm going to go ahead and play the Squire since it's known. Although it does use up black, we could just hold this as well. Maybe the play is to hold the ambush up. I'm going to do that. This lets us cast a black spell before we untap, and then we have a great presence play if Garrett taps out. And Garrett hasn't dropped a land yet. I don't know if he's just puzzling his full turnout before doing anything, including playing a land, or whether he's short land. I guess we'll find out. Disciplined guy like Garrett, I would believe he's just actually figuring out his turn before even dropping a land. So, target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control, so we're just going to blow that. Well, let's see if they want to fight even. I guess they get to choose. Well, I don't want it to happen, so I'm just going to do this. This is fine. And I could play the Presence, but I actually just like 2 spelling here and then following the Presence next turn. Although I should have given this lifelink, my bad. I'm just doing my heuristic of post-combat. Looks like it's not going to matter with Garrett short on lands, but yeah, missed out on 3 points of life there. Hey, Tron. Chaos indeed. We got a nice front foot on Garrett in game 1, but with the nature of things, he could still come back from this. That's a fine comeback type card. And in fact, how do we want to roll this? Like, Robber can still attack, but now we got to throw this on the Guardian. I don't like all the eggs in one basket, but not much else to do. And are we throwing anything away here? Nah. And we don't have any looting, do we? Not really. I'm gonna play my planes. Cards on the table. This allowed us to attack for more damage and lifelink damage. That's all. I played it because I shoot myself in the foot far more often for getting cute and not running out lands than I do withholding obvious land holds anyway, but it's fair. That's just brutal, but part of the risk of playing an aura like that. And now... Oh, this reminds me I'm in the wrong scene, the wrong spot.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Well, we are stonewalled by a simple 2/4. Sometimes that's all it takes to make an embarrassment of an aggro deck. Although a rare didn't hurt. Infernal Pet we're going to hold till we find another spell to cast after it. Since we don't have attacks yet anyway. It's true, that's ideal, but I don't know what... I mean, I like... Well, we'll see. We'll see what we have time for. I mean... We do have some life cushion, so if we draw a spell, we don't have to go pet spell. Pally is super interesting. So now we're going to go, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a significant number of 2s and 1s. We have 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7 outs to 2 spelling next turn off Paladin with the pet in play. So we could also just do it now. What does that get us? Rejuvenator still gets to eat a bunch of stuff if we do that. So I'm going to say, we're going to risk it for Biscuit. Which is to say, wait, cross fingers, and ideally get, like, a 2-drop would be fantastic. But more than anything, not a land would be the top deck prayer at this point. How about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, we actually have enough for 3, so we could even draw Anthem. So that's now what I want. Give us the Anthem. Anthem Paladin would be a sweet turn. Or, how about this, Ryan? Wait, hear me out.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Yeah. I mean, we have some time here at 17. In a sense, we want Garrett to get... I mean, this is even better. Like if Garrett is now... I mean, I'm a little scared of what his follow-up additional stabilization is, but these are blockers getting out of our way. And this gives vigilance, right? So, come on now. All right, well, we didn't get the dream draw, but this isn't the worst. Kind of got to do a no look here. That's where we're at. We get the vigilance, and we need enough to get through here so that we win the game. No look alley-oop. We'll see how it lands. Maybe I was supposed to look. This is only an extra 2 damage. But with Garrett, it's 12. 2 matters. We just need to follow with the anthem. Or what? Like, what's our dream draw? Is it the anthem? Actually, our dream draw is probably like Pillar Drop Rescue. I don't know. Diagraph Horde. Horde would be nice. I don't know. Maybe it is just anthem. If I were locked in tighter, I would actually I wouldn't make that a no look. I would look. It's possible it was incorrect to attack with everything there and we were just supposed to send in the flyer, but certainly put Garrett on notice that he'd better kill us or we can crack back if he makes any big moves. Well, starts to make me feel kind of dead. I don't know, there were 17 sets. It was like everything. Let's see. I can't even see the list. I can only see the first few. All right. 7. Let's assume we get exactly what we want, which is probably village rights, sacrificing a token, finding something else sweet, launching the Infernal Pet, and getting the Infernal Pet in for 4, and needing just one other thing through. So, like, I feel like Trample's going to get us somehow here, but I'm kind of just wanting to chump some stuff. We had to play like he doesn't have it. The thing is, I think we got to play for the crackback. He doesn't have it, not the get greedy and block with our big stuff. So I'm going to go chump on the 2 biggest and see if we can crack back. I think that's the best chance we've got. But this feels like Garrett winning. This feels like Garrett about to cast something that wins him the game, honestly. Or it's Garrett feeling like he can't win this and it's a make us block off of lethal, but doesn't need much more for lethal. So like one block, not enough? One block more? Maybe I'm supposed to block one more. I'm playing it kind of loose here, not really thinking through all the... Whoa! What is this? Whoa. Hopefully that wasn't in the deck, but maybe. Okay, good. Well, that's a bummer. We really had a great start, and even Garrett stumbled and we couldn't punish him because we flooded. Bummer. Tough to win 2 off Garrett now, too. Back to back. Green Beasts, what have we got? Probably need a Verdict that can get anything. We could play the Study Break just to tap the big stuff. Even though it just rummages, it might be worth it. But Hook with the Menace is pretty good. Yeah, Flare is in here too, right? Where's Flare? Flare seems even better. So maybe not the Study Break. Flare. Maybe Commanding Presence was just too much of a liability. Why does Rescuer seem sus? I mean, it flies over for 2 and it gets us back something? Like Killian? I mean, it's medium, I guess. Oh geez. Well, fine. I'll cut it because we are running out of time here. I didn't know how much removal I'm supposed to be hedging against in those colors, though. That was part of it. Like, all right, keep this. I thought he was green-white at the time. Maybe I'm misremembering. Well, obviously he's got the Curious Pair play. I don't know if he's considering other options. I'm a little boy, you're a little girl. Once upon a time. There you go, there's your meme. Can't believe that got value on 3 with a frickin' Curious Pair. Now I'm just sad. Well, we got interesting attacks with all of our trickery. There's some multi-blocks that could be problematic, but I think I'm gonna call... This is me being super lazy tonight. Like, I just, I guess I want to get back to my taxes. I don't know. I feel like we got good instance. We'll figure it out. Probably just let the one block by the 3/5 get et, and then Skullduggery to win against the wolf, and then just leave the Midnight Ambush around, or even just take out the Knoll Hunter. Yeah, so turning this into a 2/1 and making this into a 2/2 still just makes it a 1-for-1. So that doesn't eat the way I was wanting it to. If I ambush here, we turn this into a 1/3. We make a 1/3 and then turn it into a 0-2. And then with this as an 0-2, we could make this a 2/2, and it trades, and then this survives over here, but nothing, this doesn't die. If I make this a 1/3 and then Skullduggery, I can make this into an 0-2 and this into a 2/2, and it kills that, and we just let this die over here. Maybe that's the answer. Get rid of this pair. We got to use a lot of our stuff here, but I think that's the answer. I don't necessarily think that helps us win the game. I think we're a big dog to win this game with the current distribution of resources. But then I get to go back to my taxes and keep up my ongoing streak of first round exits or finals making. Yeah, this is a pretty good stabilization play if we find a land. Stops all this stuff. I'm glad right now Knoll Hunter barely at 5 this doesn't pump for now. Maybe Garrett's thinking about whether or not to pump this pre to get this growing. Wow. I don't know how that was not, I don't know how that was a choice. I don't know if Garrett was going through the 27 different ways he could wreck us, or what. But that seemed like a good play. Well, I really liked our deck for this format. Garrett found his rare twice, and we have found ours 0 times, and I'm playing like this doesn't really matter to me. So there's that too. If this doesn't work, I don't know how we're winning anyway. So let's try to trade this for 2 of these. Hope he has a trick and I can scoop and get back to my taxes. He does. It's that stupid defend again. Yeah, whatever, Garrett. Defend this. I got your Celestis right here, pal. Well, Garrett's going to go on and win it. Like I said, it sucks to start with the finals. But sometimes you start with the finals. I didn't even update my info down there. Oh well. Kind of sucks. That deck deserved better than me doing that to it. One of the much maligned cards of the current set just blows me out in back-to-back games. Well, I'm going to go cry in my taxes, and you can go laugh with Garrett. Thanks for hanging. Another short one. That's how it goes sometimes.